Hey everybody, welcome back to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim, and this is day 4 of my Santa Cloth Challenge. So what I did was during Coffee with Kim, which I do every morning live, I asked the people in the chat, I said, give me a stitch and a color. And they did. So I made up this little tree here, kind of like an advent calendar, but a little bit of a flair. So there's 25 envelopes. In each one of those envelopes is this little piece of paper with a stitch and a color that was suggested on that chat. So today is a single crochet and the color is rose. I actually struggled with this one because just a single crochet is kind of boring for me. So I tried all different variations of it, but that brings me back to the fact that it's a variation of it. So if they wanted me to do a front post single or a back post single or a front loop, if they wanted me to do any of that, they would have called that. But they said single crochet, rose. That's what I'm going to do. So instead of making you watch me go back and forth 50 times or however many rows I'm going to do, I'm just going to tell you I will be back when I get to the part where I'm going to do the tapering, and then I'll show you what I have from there. All right, stay tuned. I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. Yes, I've only gotten this far, but I figured out what I'm going to do to make it more interesting than just a regular single crochet. I'm going to do it in an oval. So here's my original chain. I did the single crochet row on the bump, and now I'm back working around on the other end. So I'm just going to keep going around and around. It's going to kind of look like one of those woven rugs. Stay tuned. Let's see what it looks like. All right, I'll be back in a few rows. Don't go. Okay, so another change in plans. I was going around and around like an oval, and then I realized it was getting longer and longer, not just wider. So I stopped, and I figured, well, I'll make it look creative by adding in an accent color. So now I'm simply going back and forth and adding in the accent color. As you can tell, I'm really stressing with this because I don't like boring stuff. And it's not boring now that I put the color in it, so I kind of like it. So yeah, seriously, I chained 31. I did my first row in the back bump, and then I just kept, that's it, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth and forth, back. And yeah, so I will not be back. Here's my my question. Am I going to do the taper part in the rose and the handle in the color, or am I going to do the taper in the color and the handle in the rose? Just gonna have to come back and wait and see, because I don't know either. I'll let you know when I get there. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so I've got the cloth done, I've got the hot pad done. Now I have to do the scrunchie, and I figured I would show you how I do it. So here's my small Addy. I'm going to clip it onto my customized table, which is pretty cool, by the way. So let me turn this way. See me a little bit. You can see the Addy. Okay. So I'm going to clip it. Hold on. Mind you, it's 4 in the morning. I'm just saying. So if I seem a little uncoordinated, bear with me. It's 4 in the morning. Okay. Put this here. So I found, while I'm clipping this on, I'll tell you, I was at a flea market and somebody was selling this table. It's a table with a hole in the middle. So I'm thinking it was one of those wet sinks or dry sink, whatever they call it. It had the bowl and the pitcher in it. So they wanted $50 for it. And I'm like, dude, that is not a $50 table. I don't care what you use it for. It's not a $50 table. So it was a 3-day event. So on the 3rd day, I went back and it was still there. And I'm like, have you changed your mind yet? Yeah, that can come down. He goes, well, I'll come down to 30. I said, you come down to 20 and I'll take it off your hands. And sure enough, he came down to 20. So I have it, and it's perfect for both Addies. I put the small one on this side and the big one goes in the middle. All right, so I'm not going to show you the towel set yet, but I am using the color inside to make the scrubby. And I figured I would show you the scrubby because I've showed you everything else throughout the course of this. All right, so small Addie, scrubby yarn, and you just cast on like any other one you would and cross your fingers, because sometimes the Addie loves this, sometimes it tolerates it, and sometimes it eats it. So we're going to hope, like I always say, my first row of the Addie looks like this, and I don't know why. It's like it's going to break. And then afterwards it's like, so I'm going to do 36 rows, if it'll let me. That's a big if. Yeah, it's already thinking about it. Okay, come on. We're on 6. I'm literally going to make you sit through this, because each row you just never know if you're going to make it or not. So we're going to go through this together. Oh, and I popped off. It's because I rushed. I rush and rush until life's no fun. Like I said, it's early. I've been up. I felt bad that I didn't get this video done yesterday. So I figured I'd get up early, finish everything, and then I could do day 5 on schedule. Yesterday just turned into a very busy day for me. When I was at work, one of the 3rd grade teachers needed help in the afternoon, and she requested me. That's kind of cool. So I stayed. So I was at work until 3:30 instead of 1:30. And then it's a half hour home, and then, well, 20 minutes home, and then a half hour back to my daughter's. And I was like, I'm not going all the way home for 2 minutes to turn around. So I ended up going to my daughter's early. So I got nothing crochet done yesterday until I got home at like 7:30. And by then, my dog hadn't seen me since 10 a.m. And this is painful, isn't it? But it's what I go through for every scrunchie. So he hadn't seen me since 10 a.m. and he doesn't go out and go potty if I'm not home. So no matter who's home, he won't go out unless mommy lets him out. So, all right, let's just hope I don't break a needle, because I'm trying to rush, because my live show is on in less than an hour and I got to get this video uploaded. All right, 21. Oh, now you're going to be nice? We'll see. 22. 23. You want no tension from the ball. Come on. 24. Oh! 25. Come on. 26. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. 27. All right, we'll do 30. We're going to make it a small scrubby today. 28. We're just going to do 30. 29, and here it comes. 30. Okay, we're doing a small scrubby because it's a smaller set. I can justify that. Where are my scissors? Okay, so you take it off like you do every other one. Now, I've actually customized one of my needles because I like the bent. I don't know if you can see it, but I like the bent part. And you just scoop it off. Now, like I said, this is not a user-friendly project on the Addie. The Addie gets in a mood and lets you know if it wants to do this or not. And I did just break a needle, so I will be replacing it. That's all right, because I'm off from work today because it's teacher conference day. so I don't have to worry about a thing because I'm off. So today is crochet and laundry, excuse me, and everything I've been neglecting. So I will be able to replace this needle. I'm trying to turn the Addy with my left hand and I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. The cool thing with this scrubby yarn is it's very forgiving when you're sewing it together, so you really can't see the seam. So if it's a bit of a wonky seam, you're fine. All right, come on. No more broken needles. I already broke one. I've got some coming from Amazon because it happens quite often when I'm making these. All right. We're getting there. A couple more. It looks like it's still hung up on the side, so I'm going to have to be very careful taking it off. So this is what I go through for every one of the scrubbies. Maybe I shouldn't have shown you. Hey, share my creative journey in all its glory. All right. The last one always fights me. Okay, how do we do? Make sure everybody's off. Sometimes it sticks. A couple rows stick. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's pull that through. And like I said, it's a smaller towel set, so I'm going to be fine with the smaller scrunchie. Pull it a little bit. Pull it a little bit this way, a little bit that way. Then I'm just going to sew it up here and sew it up there, and we'll be done. I'm not going to put you through that torture, or am I? No, I'm going to finish it, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I made it. Here's the whole set. We've got a little towel, and I purposely made it thinner. And then we've got the little hot plate, or maybe the cup cozy, or you know what? When I sit at the table with a hot bowl of soup, I like to put it under or on something so the table doesn't get that weird color. So there's that. And then the little scrubby. So there's the full set. Now let's pick the soap. What color? What do you think? Champagne apple honey. I think that goes nice and pretty with it. So there we go. There's the full set. Whew, that took a minute. You would think with a single crochet, it would have been an easy task, but my brain wouldn't let it go just plain. So I kept trying to redo it, this and that. So this is what I came up with. There is day 4 of the Santa Cloth Challenge done. All right, you guys, tune in to Coffee with Kim live every morning, 8:30 Eastern time, if you want to see what the next Santa Cloth of the Day challenge will be. All right, you guys, remember, always be happy, be kind, and be creative. I will see you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by.